their profession. So just to reiterate and reinforce that point, a professional code of conduct isn't something that policymakers or school managers or bosses tell people to do. It's something that the people who are members of that profession organise for themselves. It means that unlike there being a code where each individual person does as they're told by their superiors, there is a sense of shared or collective responsibility within a profession. Nobody wants to let the side down, and so they agree as part of a profession basically to work according to the general agreements of people within that profession. And an example I can give you from my own teaching practice is when, as a collective responsibility, I used to tell my students off or admonish them if they were wearing makeup, which was against a school rule, not because I personally thought that was important. I thought it was a fairly petty and silly rule personally, but as part of a group, I was in the minority with that particular opinion, and so as a profession, I agreed as part of that sense of responsibility to the profession to sometimes act in ways that weren't about my personal opinion, but about the opinions and judgments of the group as a whole. So a professional feels a sense of responsibility to the people that they work with in the here and now, and also to people in the past and people who are in the future going to be teachers or whatever the profession is. And you can hear that that is different, as I said, from a code which is imposed. So professional codes, like the other kinds of codes of conduct, describe normative values, values that you ought to use in the moment in teaching. So that bit is the same, but who decides is different. This is not something that managers or policy makers decide, a bit like rules which they then impose on people who've signed a contract. This is worked out by teachers, members of the profession, and they self-regulate. They help each other to make sure that they understand, interpret and apply the code of practice.